Welcome to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Well, I've always been an all-round angler. That means I can turn my hand to virtually anything that's swimming. It can be big game fishing, it can be shore fishing, beach fishing, rock fishing, rivers, freshwater, lakes, sea, general, anything. I don't mind. Fly fishing, whatever. It's just fishing. I could not possibly be tied to one species. Man, I wouldn't like. I'd have to go back to work. Give me something to do. So I like changing species. I like the tricks, the tips, the tactics, the baits, the venues. Everything's different. Now sometimes you have to draw those fish towards you, even sea fishing, and that can mean putting some mashed up fish, ground bait into the water to try and attract those fish to you, because in a lake the fish are in there, they're not going anywhere. In a river they can go up and down, but they can only go up and down that bit of river, can't they? But sea fishing, wow, it's a big pond out there and nobody stocks it for you. You've got to find those fish. So we here at the Totally Awesome Fishing Show, we do chumming, but we don't just do regular chumming, we do heavy duty chumming. So we're out here on our 17-foot company boat, Wilson Flyer, High Sea Drifter it's called. Remember the name? It's due for some fame. I like the sound of that. I've got Wayne, I've got my crewman here, and we're going chumming today. We're trying to get as much smell for taupe in the into the seabed and down the bottom as we can, and we might even get some smooth hounds come around at the same time, because you know they're all attracted by any smell in the water. And here's Wayne chopping up what looks like a dog's dinner. Big time. Run through it, Wayne. Where's this lot come from?
Well, we're basically after I've filleted fish, you might think there's a lot of wastage on this, but I've taken the main fillets off. There's not really a lot on there, a bit of belly meat and stuff. But rather than, you would not throw this in the bin in the summer, you would be talking about a smell that you wouldn't believe. So I basically just freeze it up, put it in the freezer, and then after a certain amount of time the freezer gets a bit too packed, so I'll take it out, defrost it, and just for days like this where we are, we know there's taupe around, it all just gets chopped up, chunked over slack water, and you'd be surprised what it brings in. I've had this bring rays in, taupe, all sorts, so it's worth doing. And it all goes back in the seabed anyway, so it'll feed something if it's just the crabs.
Now, in addition to Wayne chopping up, well, I want to say a fishmonger slab, because that's what it looks like, we've also got a ground bait tube which I've made up from the drain pipe, which I showed you earlier, and I'm putting some chum into that, but fine and mesh so it comes out through the holes. And again, over slack water, I've got like 1.5 pounds lead on it. I've dropped it down to the bottom, and hopefully that's going to bring some fish around as well. So we really are loaded up big time in the scent factors.
Okay, now basically yesterday I went down at low tide, just lifted a bit of weed up, found a 30 or 40 of these crabs. Don't leave them outside because I lost half of them to a fox. They had a nice crab dinner. But anyway, don't worry about anyone who says hardback crabs, you need peelers and that lot. With these smooth hounds you don't, and you can use a crab 4 times bigger than this with no problem. A double hound will take it. Okay, now hooking these crabs, simplicity itself, how I do it. Go in just there through the back leg socket, straight round and straight out through the other side, and then one side of the legs down the shank of the hook like that, and then just elastic them on, otherwise he'll crawl off or we'll go down into some crevice and tangle you up. So just lash one side of the legs on, bind him on just so as he can't go anywhere and come off, and that
ready for a smooth hound.
I'll tell you what, I bet if I drop that down the bottom, I'll give it 5 minutes max before a hound will whack that. They love it, they can't get enough of them.
Do you get taupe on them, Wayne, sometimes, or not really? So it's a hound bait.
No, I only use crab when the hounds are in, funny enough. I rarely use crab, but when the hounds are about, this hardback bait, perfect. Okay, well this is my 5th hound in a all on hardback crab. Biggest one was about 12, smallest one probably about 7. But they can't get enough of it. Another fair round. It'd be
nice fish too.
Yeah, it'd be a double. You know, not a monster. There's much bigger around. You see the crab hanging out of his mouth there. But I'll T-bar him off.
I certainly seem to got the smell of stuff we've been putting in anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know it won't help. As much centro as you can get going, it's got to be pretty good.
John.
No messing.
Oh, I got a bite on the other rod. Let's put the camera down. Well, that didn't take long. The tide swung round and must have got that chum going. And this was on the up tide. I actually put this one out up tide to keep it away, because sometimes when you're at anchor, there's a lot of swinging around, a lot of tangles. We've already had a couple of tangles, which we really don't need because we've been taking so much time over the chum. And I've no idea what this one is. I guess another hound. This one was on squid, had a whole squid. Do they take squid a lot, Wayne?
Yes, yeah, squid and crab are the best two baits I've found. They don't so much, they will take fish baits, but nowhere near as much as crab and squid.
I think that's a small tope, actually, I'm not sure. Is that a tope or no, it's a hound? I think it's a small tope. There we go. That shows you a great big piece of squid, ka-chunking great big whole squid, and he scoffed it. Hadn't scoffed it down his throat, but beautiful looking fish. And we hope we're now on the way to getting a good few more. So that's what, 6 we've had them, Wayne?
Yes.
Most of them Wayne's had, so I won't be making him another cup of tea, don't worry. But there you go, there's the squid. And they are loving it, what we're putting in the water. That looks like a tope or something. Well, I've just dropped down a whole sardine and a whole squid in the hope of a tope. Something's took it, it's had one go at it and dropped it. It's on again. And this is a 20-pound rod. He's taken some line off me, but I don't know what it is. I guess it's a smooth hound, but is it? That's the best thing about sea fishing. You never really know what's down there. It's a reasonable fish. I'm only on 6 ounces of lead, but not seen it yet. Oh, and he's running that line out. Twanging now. I changed my mind. Maybe it is a smooth hound. If it is, it's a hell of a smooth hound. I nearly lost it. Trouble is, we got down here, which you always have to remember, we got that chum tube down there. And they're notorious for doing 360s around the boat. If he does that, we're going to have problems. It's very, very close to it. Try and get him quick. Got colour. What is it? Oh, he's got the line. He's got the chum line. Oh no, I think it's a tope. Oh, he's gone clear. He's gone clear of it. I'm pretty sure it's a tope actually. It could be a big hound. It's going really well on this rod.
We had a fish bait on, didn't you? So
yeah, whole sardine and a whole squid. Yeah, it's a nice, real nice tope there. Real nice tope. Not a monster. Let's reach down and get it in. But that's the reason we use that heavy mono, because they have got teeth. I'm going to take a wrap on this. Ah, he came off. well as Wayne's chopping up all that loose stuff, all the old rubbish carcasses going over, I've made up this 4-inch diameter waste pipe. I don't know what it is, 12-15 inches long, drilled holes all into it there, and a couple of big lead weights there on the bottom to send it down. But most importantly, I've minced up. Here's some Nigella Lawson says we prepared earlier. Yucky. Trust me, Nigella would not be putting this stuff on a plate. That's mashed up trout, some bran. I think I'll put some cooking oil in this one as well, and it's about 1.5 years old, so it's good stuff. But it's been in the freezer. Look how easy it is just to scoop out, get yourself some of these clean rubber gloves, scoop it all out, pop it into the chum tube, and I'm going to drop that down on the bottom, and the chances are that's going to, you know, draw fish around you, smooth hounds, tope, literally anything. And this has been minced up. I've actually minced this up and mixed it with bran, and it's absolutely saturated with oil. Fill it right up. We're going to get rid of the whole lot this time because we're going for broke. We're really going to give it a good shot today. And then over the side it goes. Bung goes in the top, just a little bung at the top. And that's, well, yeah, one on here. There you go. There's a fish. Look, smooth out on Wayne's rod, on crab, straight away.
Actually, I'll put a mackerel flapper on that, so that might well.
Flapper, so it could be a tope.
That will be a tope. That won't be a hound.
He's probably trying to get away from the smell of this boat.
Well, I can back up what Graeme says. That chum has got some serious scent to it. Okay.
It's stuff, and then we just put it over the side. I'll drop it to the bottom. I jig it around a bit. If it's slack tide, I can leave it. If the tide's pulling a bit, obviously you have to bring it up. But do remember it's down there when you move the boat. Otherwise, you get this calling line around your prop. I'll just drop it down and I'll just clean it off down here. And of course, I've got the bonus of a bag up here on the surface with yet more mashed trout in there. We've got no excuses for not catching.
And I'd better grab hold of my rod, which is going ballistic.
So we've got the tope hooked up on this rod now, Wayne?
Yeah, it was, like I say, it was a mackerel flapper, so I don't think it's big. Had a little go, but he did a good initial run, but probably just making a double. But there he is there. I'll bring him in just for a little look at him.
We'll put a tag in that one, Wayne. We can take that one.
Yeah, as I say, he's not huge, but
you can see the old teeth up here too.
Oh yes, they don't muck about.
Right, let's get the tags out. Okay, we're going to tag this one as well. We're taking a little clipping off the fin for a DNA test, which is a tiny little piece there. I don't know if you can see it, just that, can't quite see that, it's bringing up in the light. This tiny little piece of fin there is all that's needed for the testing for DNA, just to see if there are different species or sort of subspecies that are down here on the south coast. But we're also going to put a dart tag in it as well. And if I go, that's it. And inside that is a cylinder of information, and whoever recaptures that will know it's possibly what, a small male fish or female. We're just
female.
And we're just measuring Wayne. I'll put a measure on him.
Yep.
You can see a lovely eye on that with it. Beautiful fish. Now what we're really looking for is his dad. So we just measure that one and we get him back. And we lower it in the water and away it should go.
I'm going to spear him in.
Okie doke. Gone straight away.
There's conditions in there. There's a little touch in there. There's a different point.
I've got another run. Wayne's just had that tope. Just going to wind down quickly on this fish. This was on a grip lead. He's on. He's on. I don't know what it is, but he's on. Oh, kicking. Now, we really seem to be getting a few takes now. In my opinion, looking at some of these other boats around here, I don't know how they're going. Quite a few charter boats around us. But all I can say is we're doing okay. And I feel it's due to all the carcasses Wayne put in and that bit of chum in the chum tube. I don't know what this one is. It's not kicking and thrashing. I can't tell yet. It's just a dead heavy weight. Keep them away from those other lines.
Much weight there?
Colour, I can just see colour down there. I think it's a huge fish. This one's taken, I think, whole squid. Oh, it's a nice smooth hound. And do you know what? I don't think he hooked, he's gone around another line. I see a second hook, you can just see a second hook in there. He's either got my other line or it's one I've lost previously. It's a big old smooth hound. Now I've got to watch this leg. Take it slowly. Probably got my other line as well. That's a nice fish. This is the fat one, this is the fat one. Ah, yes, that's more like it, that's more like it. There we go. That's more like it. I just got to go and get some more chum. And he's hooked just in the side there. Being really, really helpful to me. Now these don't have the tope like teeth. You know, the ridges on the tope have on their jaws, if I can just show that to you. And beautiful, beautiful eyes. Look at that. Absolutely fabulous. Fabulous looking. And there's their tiny jaws in there. Nasal flaps. Beautiful colours. And you can see why they're such good scrappers. If I come down, you can see the size of those pectoral fins up the front. Great big scoop-like paddles. And that's what gives them their power, I feel anyway. And of course their big tail as well. That's a nice one. Let's get this one back. There we go. I mean, years ago probably these were killed for food, but you know what's nice? Just to put them back and see them swim away. And that's a nice smooth hound. He's going to get me wet, I think. Zoom. That's some good action on the hounds and small tope, and I'm sure you know that ground bait helped us all that chum in the water help draw those fish in towards us. Now out on another tack, a lovely warm sunny afternoon, this time not in the boat. I grabbed Mike, we just disappeared for an afternoon to see if we could catch anything in baking hot sunshine. Yes, we actually do get that very occasionally in the UK. For those of you wondering what these big paddle wheels are, no, it's not a Mississippi paddle steamer. It's there to oxygenate and to move the water. You can actually see the speed. This is a lake, not a river. How it's increasing a flow around that lake and circulating the cooler water down towards where Mike has our base camp in search of, yes, a catfish. In this blazing temperature, I think there were many other anglers, if any, on that lake. And he sits watching a couple of red bobbins which are made from washing up bottle tops. So we had no excuse really to sit there, because although we were basking in the sunshine with all that oxygen going in there, you'd think surely something would have a nibble, something would be moving. It couldn't just be us stupid enough to sit there and in that nice cooling breeze, luxuriating in what was about one of the very few rare English summer days. Here you can see that sun brings those carp right up on the surface. They're cruising around. It's just not this fishery, loads of fisheries when it's very, very hot will bring those carp on the top. If you've got a good pair of polarising glasses, and this camera doesn't have a polarising filter, you notice you can see those carp in the water cruising around. There's only one thing to do, you've got to give them a floating crust, surely to goodness. Well, while Mike's down there trying to catch a catfish, I'm going to come down here and see if I can pick a carp off the surface on bread. And I know when he's going to get a catfish because I've got the net. That'd be a big scream. There's one just down here, really close to the bank, just laying there, sunning itself, which is what I should be doing really. guys, there's one down there opening his mouth and closing it, and I feel I should fill it with something, like a piece of bread with a hook in it. Or perhaps not. There's another one further back. Here's a customer. Back on it. This one's a nice mirror. The same old school method, but off the top. There he is. You've really got a job to beat floating crust or slow sinking flake in hot weather. If you see them basking on the surface, drop them a piece of crust. They nearly always take it. Great fish.
You won't cast.
Look, there's a hole.
Where you are, yeah,
drop it on those there. Yeah. See them? That's it. See those on the left?
Yeah, I know.
Just a shake. Just underhand lob it.
Mouth's open, look at that.
Yeah, just drop it on his head. You see how it spooks or not?
Get behind a bit, buddy.
Are you looking at it?
It's on top of him, it's on top of him. But it's sitting on his head.
I don't know, he might take it. Bring it forward a bit, you can't quite see it. A bit more back there.
God, that would be so good if he took that. So good if he took that. That other one's quite a nice size to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a better fish actually.
Look at that golden one over there, that's sort of nice. I'm going to try those over there again. Here we go, here we go.
Where are you? Make sure you turn down there.
Yeah.
See how he didn't take it though?
Finicky.
Yeah. You gotta let him play with it. Go on, bang. That one took it.
Competition.
Put it on there, yeah. Over that threesome.
Yeah, hold on.
To get it quick while it's still there. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
Got him on.
Yeah, he's on.
Fish on, buddy.
It's quite. It's definitely the most satisfying form of carp fishing, regardless of size. Regardless of size, it's just a nice, lovely clear over there, isn't it? Seeing that weed, seeing them amongst the weed.
And I guess they're confident.
Yeah.
Go down there and net them down the side, I guess.
Well, there's a swim here, but he's just digging. He's digging. Just getting the weed a bit there. Oh. Still got energy. Oh, it's the trees. There we go. I'm going to try those. Well, there we go. Look at the lovely sort of dark common, this one. But it's lovely seeing them in the weeds. We're just basically taking a break from the catfishing because it's so hot at the moment. Here in the UK, we're having some sort of heat waves, over 30 degrees. So we're just going to play around and catch a bit of carp. Keeps you in the game, keeps you in the zone. And then we're going to go back to the cats a bit later. What a lovely fish though. I'm going to try those over there again. go, here we go. Where are you? They're right by the rushes. I'd leave it there, leave it. Oh, it's a big one. Go back, same spot, drop. Good fish. God, I'm on a cat. No, I'm not naked, I've got my shirt. Mice just left, and I've got the catfish. Well, no, I haven't got him, he's battling for the brushes. Right, he's going to make it. No, I'm fine. Thank you. Doesn't feel bad fish, this one. I don't know how big at all, and it cost my son's deserted me to do soccer training. Pay the price for that, my friend. Oh. So far, just so you guys have all know, it's the hottest day in the year in England at the moment. 30 degrees, so we're all walking around naked. Only happens once every 10 years. Got him now. Here we go, peeps. Wow, nice catfish, people. Let's get organised.
That, ladies and gents, is a pretty fair cat. That is worth waiting in the sun for. Just in the scissors. There you can see his two barbels, and just under his chin there's his jaws, all rich with little teeth in there, crashing plate inside, whiskers underneath. Let's get a picture and get this old boy back. That's the fish, not me. There we go, guys. Whacker of a catfish. Sunny day. I thought it was all over. Halfway through my apple, crunch, buzz buzz, crash, got the fish on. Nice looker too. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. What a lump. A good scrap. Back you go, baby. That was worth sweating out in the sun for. Well, we had a good bit of action on the carp there. Got quite a few. But you know what? The only reason I got that catfish is because I concentrated on the carp in the afternoon. A nice hot afternoon like that, the carp are going to be up on the surface. You can see where they are. The catfish generally, in warm weather, are going to come out on the prowl, not necessarily during the middle of the heat of the day. You know what they say, only mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. They're not far wrong, are they? But Mike packed up and went home, football training I think it was. I stayed on because I knew once that sun's heat went off the water, it dropped a little bit lower, the catfish were going to come out on the prowl, and so it proved. So, that's how you can see I can have some great action between the sea and the fresh water. Thanks for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Don't forget to hit both subscribe buttons on TA Fishing and TA Outdoors. Hit the little notification bell, then you won't have to go searching for a film. It goes bing bong or whatever it does, and you can watch it when you want. You don't have to watch it straight away. You can schedule it, think, make a note, watch it later. We'll see you next time. I've no idea what we'll be fishing for. That's the benefit of being an all-round angler.